Good morning, everybody. It's the 31st of July. We are Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Steve O'Hare. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, mate. Not
Good.
bad at all.
No Ian today. He's off sunning himself down at Sandbanks.
Yeah, it's all right for some, isn't it?
Bit of a scorcher today, by the looks of
Yeah,
things.
yeah. He owns most of Sandbanks, doesn't he?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, done well, hasn't he? Done well
Yeah.
with himself.
Yeah, except for 30 degrees, I think, down south today.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic. I've got my little outhouse thing or pagoda that I'm going to put a roof on over the weekend. So
Lovely. Make
um,
sure you get some sun cream on while you do it.
I'll definitely factor 50, mate.
So you won't be watching the old FA Cup final tomorrow night?
Yeah, I might actually watch it. What's it, Arsenal Chelsea?
Yeah,
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it should be a good game.
hopefully.
Very exciting. But Chelsea beat you just recently, didn't they? Was it 3-1 or something? 3-0?
Yes, but anything can happen in a one-off
Oh
game,
no,
can't it?
yeah, cup games are so different. Um,
Yes. So we've got going around my mum and dad's tomorrow
Brilliant,
for a big family affair. Everyone's going to be kitted up, face
lovely.
paint. Henry's had his hair dyed red, like Freddie Mercury.
um, what
Could all
time's
end in
kick off? R5.
disappointment. 5:30, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, something to look forward to. I guess we should talk about some markets rather than.
Well, I don't know. People might not be interested in the markets. They might be interested in football.
It has been. It's
Yeah,
been
been
an interesting week, hasn't it?
yeah. It's just been sort of like the dollar's just getting pummeled. Um, no real sign of it slowing down. So
Well, I guess you keep chucking all this stimulus at it. You are devaluing the
yeah,
dollar, aren't you? Every time you do that. So, and of course, that's what's keeping markets, equity markets, higher because a weaker dollar is good for them.
yeah,
And this is
yeah,
a dollar index chart on a daily chart. It's just
yeah.
off a
Shocking.
cliff.
Yeah.
Not looking good at all.
Next real levels of support are really back in early
Down here, aren't they?
2018. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's well, it's another 5% away, isn't it?
possibly. And obviously, everything's getting a kicking off the back of that.
Yeah. Gold and silver, obviously, that supports them.
Yep.
I'm trying to get in silver, trying to buy dips, but really sort of like it's not letting me.
Gold's an interesting one. We missed our entry on that by less than half a tick yesterday, and it
Oh,
hung in there
really?
somewhere before it just went boom back up to where we expected it to go. Had a little bit of a look at a move above that 1980 level this morning, but has
Yeah.
been rejected so far. But you've got 1, 2, 3 attempts now at trying to overcome that. Possibly a bit of consolidation again before a more sustained push up, and obviously will be depending on what the US dollar does. And of course, it's month end today as well, so you could get a bit of positioning
Yeah.
ahead of the month end.
I mean, that sort of gold chart, that's triangle formation that you can it's almost like you can extend that. If you extend that higher, the measured move would be from maybe the low to the high of that, pullback.
Yeah.
So that's
So
taking it
around
right up.
that.
Yeah, that's the sort of measured move you can sort of like say.
Do it every way around. Yeah, 2050, 54.
Yeah, 20,054. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that sort of like 2000 level, I think, is obviously sort of a big psychological level.
Yeah, you got to think there'll be
Once it's through,
balancing.
it's got going. Yeah. I can't see it slowing down once it hits there. This
Silver's
is
outperforming this morning. That's up nearly 3%.
yeah, it's looking pretty hot.
Have you got that on your charts?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. So at last, what can we say about it? Let me get the monthly chart up. This is the monthly weekly chart. So at long last, we've sort of taken out the highs 1923 at last. So we're sort of on the way to catching up with gold. Yeah, all-time highs. Oh well, it's not all-time highs, is it? It's can only say it's like 10-year highs, because all-time highs is somewhere up at 50. Oh, what am I looking at? I'm looking at bloody gold. What am I doing? Completely just ignore what I just said. This level, obviously the 2618 level, which we rejected, and we're a couple of dollars below there, which doesn't sound like a lot. Well, it isn't a lot when it's moving like this. Still a long way to go up for silver for me.
Yeah.
That I'd be, if it's sort of like, I suppose these levels, you're getting closer to $20 psychological level. It may be a good sort of trade to sort of sell gold, buy silver. You've got to get the ratios right, obviously.
So you can. There are ratio charts available on
Yeah,
TradingView, aren't there?
yeah. I'll let you bring that up.
Cheers, mate.
I'll let the clever one do that.
Go. So that favours. Oh, why has that happened? Okay, so.
Oh, I tell you what, inverse head and shoulders formation.
Little bit like that, isn't it? So that would favour, obviously, a big move for gold.
Yeah, that would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Versus silver. So we're looking for that to complete. It's only potential at this stage because it hasn't completed, but something like that, maybe coming down for a right shoulder before a big old push to the upside for gold outperforming silver.
Yeah, I think gold is the real reaction one. That has the sort of like, you get a big
This is
level
only an
break in
hourly
the
chart,
dollar.
by the way.
Yeah. You get a sort of big level break in gold. Sorry, in the dollar. Then the gold will be the one to react, and the sort of like the steady money is in the silver. That sort of like reacts a little bit slower.
Well, look at
But
that. I mean,
obviously,
that's the daily chart from those March highs. There's been a hell of a move, for silver over gold. That's been
well, that's
massive.
what we're saying. I think historically it's around 60, so I think we've still got a bit further to go on there. That's what I'm saying. That's a daily chart. Don't know if you get a monthly chart on there or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at that, we've still got a
Clearly
bit of a way to go. Yeah, but this is like big reversal here. So more to come, I think. So yeah, selling gold, buying silver as a more medium-term trade. But obviously, when we get these dollar breaks and dollar sort of like the volatile moves, gold is the first to react. So you will get the two-way action, but over the medium term, definitely fancy silver over gold.
Nice reaction there at 50%, but
Yeah,
as you say, it could be just a little bit
temporary.
of a sort of move up here and then down to that, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Anything else? I mean, obviously, the only real nice trend line I see breaking this morning is the cable one. Breaking to the upside. It broke through the 130. Obviously, 130 is always a bit of a psychological level. We can see there's a bit of congestion around that area. Going back on the weekly chart, we've got 135.15 up there. It's sort of like broken it nicely, but it's obviously, and if it closes above this on the week, then it looked pretty nice. But obviously, you can see it was rejected historically. It's been rejected around these levels. So
I actually quite like sterling at the minute. I think it looks pretty good. I know obviously we've had our fair share of issues, but when you compare it to, as you've got there, the US dollar, which clearly they're doing a lot of devaluing of, and if you look at it against
the
things
euro,
like Aussie or New Zealand dollar, where they've had ridiculous runs, but I think due a pullback, euro as well.
I mean, that's the sterling odds on the weekly chart. Last week,
that's a decent
bullish
seven,
Hammond.
isn't it?
Yeah, that
You
is.
go back further on that, and you can see it's in an uptrend. So that looks to me like a really good opportunity to buy that. And I'm personally trading that at the minute. I really like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, indices obviously it's a sort of
a quick look at the outlier in all of this, which is continues
the
to be the
Nasdaq.
Nasdaq. We had a big tech jump yesterday after hours following the earnings of Apple, Amazon, and Facebook. The largest three, I mean, there was other tech companies as well, but those three all pretty much trounced forecasts. I think revenues was 8 billion ahead for
Wow.
Amazon, the analyst expected.
Wow.
So it just gives you an idea of, how big they are and really how they've monopolized
Yeah. I mean,
everything.
I can vouch for that. I mean, on a daily basis. Thank you. I get
Was that
an
another Amazon
Amazon.
delivery turn up?
Yeah, that was an Amazon delivery coffee. I get an Amazon deliveries turning up every day.
Yeah.
Only small amounts. I'm not giving it large, but it's it is. It's just you're more at home. There's more jobs to do around the house when you're more at home, and everyone else is at home, and so they're all getting stuff in. And even my father-in-law Roger has found Amazon, much to Linda's dismay. She's pulling her hair out, saying, "I keep getting these notifications popping up that he's buying all these different things." It's like he can't believe it. He's like obviously that generation that have just gone to the shop, sort of like trusted providers, blah blah blah, and always goes to the same places. And now he's realised things are half price on Amazon. So compared to the
Why
high
would you
street,
go anywhere else, especially when people
well,
worry about going out? I know obviously people want to support local economies and local businesses and stuff, but also people want to save money and want convenience, and you
yeah,
get both of that with Amazon.
I think that's the thing. I think, yeah, support the local community, but you're only going to keep going back to it if the quality's there as well.
Yeah,
If you can get the same quality within the same amount of time, almost, you can get stuff from Amazon on an intraday
same day.
basis. So
Yeah,
it's very hard to sort of argue against paying double the money. So that them local businesses need support from um, the government really at this time.
yeah,
But then in the longer run, are they going to survive? Who knows? The big shops aren't surviving,
no,
so the man in the street, the little shops aren't really have always had a tough time since the big superstores have taken over.
yeah. So this is the Nasdaq chart, and as you can see, it's pushed higher from overnight where it was on the back of those earnings numbers, and it's all pushing higher towards that previous high, 11,072, which we hit on a couple of occasions. Once on the 13th of July, again on the 21st. So looking set really for another go at that in the very short term. I
Yeah,
also saw that Apple are doing a stock split, a 1-for-4. So what that does is reduces the share price of the stock
yeah.
and makes it look more appealing to investors. And there was a lot of chat on Twitter yesterday that they were doing that because people are going to get these second wave of checks from the government.
Okay.
So all these people that are trading on Robinhood are going to start pumping their money into Apple because it will look cheaper based on the stock split that they're doing.
Right. I mean, why else would you do a stock split if things are going well?
Just
Is it
purely
just to
for
attract?
an attractive purpose, and so I think a lot of commissions are based on stocks or cents per share or something like that in America.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a
So
bit naughty, really, isn't it?
yeah,
I mean, really, you sort of like if
people
you're
look like
doing,
though, don't they?
yeah, to do what they want, yeah. Uh, if you're doing that well, you'd be, and you believed in your company, you'd be buying the shares back, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and investing it elsewhere, I suppose. I don't know. Well, I mean, they obviously they're pulling the strings, so yeah. Let's see.
Okay. So what
Guns
else
ahead.
in at a minute? Okay, gun to head. I mean, we could also have a quick chat about what happened with the old lockdown in the UK, which came out on Twitter last night. So they're reimposing lockdown restrictions across large parts of northern England, and they're citing a lack of adherence to social distancing where people have been meeting outdoors. So that came out yesterday evening, I believe, at very short notice, and further talk of more lockdowns if if they continue to be unhappy with the numbers.
Your microphone is working spot on now, but it's doubled in volume.
I just clicked an audio button. It's worked.
That's it.
Right now, are we?
No, then you've gone Daleki again.
Daleki.
That's it. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit, Steve.
No, it's working really well
From
now.
Amazon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's send it back and crash the
Yeah.
stock.
Okay, let's have a quick look at gun ahead then. So 3 trades yesterday. As always, we had a trade on sterling yen from myself. It was a 1.77R winner. It was looking good to
Nice
go and
one.
hit the target, but stalled a little bit. So happy with that. Anyway, copper, 1R stop out and a stop out on Euro Oz as well. So overall, a tiny setback in the overall P&L, but yeah, we had a decent bit of black over the last couple of days to steady the ship.
Yeah, you've stitched me up there as well, Copper. It
Right.
stopped out at 2 o'clock this morning, and I'm sure
really?
we shut it down at 9. Let me have a
Oh,
little
sorry,
look.
mate. Well, tell me the price and I'll change it.
I don't know. Let me have a look. The price
I
at
do check them.
9 o'clock close is
And what about before that? It didn't go up to
no,
91.32.
not 90. No, 90.50. It spiked up to 90.50, and the close at 8 o'clock, end of 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is 290.06.
I do apologise, Steve. 0.37R loss.
Get in there. That was worth
So
it,
we
wasn't
made
it?
money yesterday on that basis.
There you go.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Steve. You need to double check these all the time.
Don't double check Ian's. He's like down one. That's it. He's not here to defend
Can't defend himself, no. Okay, so you got anything for us today?
No, I mean, I haven't really. Euro sterling was a bit disappointing yesterday. It smashed through my bid, but I'm still sort of looking to buy a dip in there for my sins. I'm not going to go with that one. The one I'm going to go with is Euro yen. Now, if
Been triggered on that already this morning, haven't we?
Yeah, we got triggered on at 124.25, and the reason I was going for the trade is that momentum is stalling on this daily chart. You see momentum stalling as we push higher. So this is bearish divergence. And so on the 4-hour chart, the previous swing high back on the 22nd, around about 124.30, I stepped in front of that, tried to sell it at 124.25, got triggered on that. So I'm going to go with it again. Just selling euro yen. Obviously, euro got hit a little bit yesterday against sterling. That's more sterling strength, I suppose. So without wasting any more time, selling at 124.05, and I can have the stop at 124.30. So a break of a break of these sort of the high. This could end up being a double top. That's what I'm looking for. If we break 122.84, then that confirms a double top formation on the 4-hour chart, which would then be to work out what the measured move target is in there. You take the swing high to the swing low and put it there, and that would mean that we'd have a measured move target of 121.38. So I'm going to get short 124.05. Stop at 124.30. I'm going to target a move down to 120. Let's go for 121.85. What's that? Oh no, what's that? I've done it the wrong one. 124.30. 121.85. So nice 8.8 to 1. That'll be a 50% retracement of this previous up move. So yeah, big old punt I'm going for there.
Yeah,
I did say punt.
You got to be in it for winning.
Yeah, exactly. So what about you? What do you fancy?
Well, I fancy this sterling Oz, as I mentioned earlier. I've got interest in that. I mean, I was looking to buy a dip this morning or overnight down to 80.90. Didn't get anywhere near there really. I got sort of close on New Zealand dollar sterling, down at 95.10. Got down to 95.22 before bouncing. But I'm going to go with this today. Short-term trend looks really good, and I just fancy it to go higher from here. Really, a nice push up in the last hour or so. So I'm going to buy it now at 82.42. going to place a stop at 81.72 and target a move to 84.50. So not certainly not spectacular risk reward, not on Steve O'Hare's level of 8, but fairly steady, about 3. So if that works out from here, I will be absolutely delighted.
Nice one. In fact, can I move my stop to 124.35? Just give me an extra 5 pips.
Do whatever you like. Yeah, let's just get the chart up so you can see that.
Just to give me a little bit more room. Yeah, I mean, it makes the risk reward a little bit less attractive, 7.37 to 1, but I'll go for that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
All right.
Okay, so we're going short of euro sterling and going long. Sorry, euro sterling.
No.
Euro yen, short euro yen, and long of sterling Oz.
Nice.
Okay, anything else that you need to mention?
No, not markets wise. It's a bit tricky. I'm sort of still bearish on FTSE. Oh, FTSE, yeah. I mean, could look at this. It's obviously this was the real level we were looking to sell it at, 63.20. It's worked really nicely, held there, lovely. So anyone who held on that for the medium term outlook has done really well. And also we had this short term upward trending support line. We've got different support lines we can draw on the chart which are upward trending, but it broke below this yesterday and got down close, well, just below this previous swing low from 15th of June. 60, the low on the day was 59.22, and it bounced from there, posted a bullish hammer. So we could get a little bit of a pullback up here, and I'm looking to sell into the rally and target a move back down. So yeah, that's the only real indice that I sort of like.
Yeah, I quite like them as well. I saw them breaking out of wedges yesterday.
Yeah, I always find FTSE the most difficult to trade out of the lot. It is a
tough one.
But yeah, this obviously area worked really well. That's more the medium longer term area now. And this is the key level to watch at the moment. Break of here, and we can sort of like see any other decent fib support levels. 50% retracement is 56.47, so still a long way to go to that. You still got sort of 400 points to go, which will be the next real big support level once we clear these two.
Yeah, like that. Okay, so yesterday we also saw US GDP figures came out, and they highlighted the huge economic collapse seen through Q2. There was also a worrying trend of higher initial jobless claims. Did you see Trump's tweet yesterday, Steve?
No, I thought
delaying the election.
No, I didn't.
He's talking about delaying the election because he feels that if it's all done by postal votes, basically saying that he's not going to accept any outcome unless he wins.
Well, who's going to argue with him?
No one.
He can just do what he wants.
He looks like he is doing what he wants. He could be let out in handcuffs one day by the looks of things if he continues that sort of action. Economic front from Japan provided a positive surprise. Unemployment, industrial production, and consumer confidence were all higher. We do have Eurozone second quarter GDP out at 10 o'clock today, and we've also got CPI inflation due out at the same time. Quarterly GDP is expected to fall by 12.5% year on year for the Eurozone. We have had some individuals out this morning, have we? What have we had out? We've had Spanish GDP that came in at minus 18.5, expected minus 16.6, so quite a bit worse there. And we've also had Italian which came out in line at minus 17.3.
Just a few comments over the last half hour from China's foreign minister. It seems to pick this time around about 8:30 to 9 o'clock to sort of come out with comments.
They're nowhere live, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let everyone know. Mr. Chinese Foreign Minister. China repeats that Hong Kong is an internal affair. Also comments didn't acknowledge yen's strength, or ASO comments didn't acknowledge yen's strength, and China deeply concerned about EU cyber statement. China calls Pompeo comments a mosaic of lies.
Yeah, they're going for it with each other, aren't they?
Yeah. So yeah, it's Iran's Khamenei will not halt its ballistic missile and nuclear program as demanded by the US. That's just come out on state TV. So
it's all happening.
It is all kicking off.
Okay, so later on today, aside from those big numbers at 10 o'clock from the Eurozone, we do have earnings data from Berkshire Hathaway, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Merck, Colgate, and Caterpillar, none of which are considered heavyweights compared to the fact, what's going on with the tech sector. They're pretty much driving the whole thing at the minute. So they could, impact markets, but not sure they'll have much of a say. But I guess we'll wait and see.
Mm.
So that caps off another month and another week, and
Lovely.
we can round it up there, and we'll be back on Monday as 3 again, I believe, and hopefully Arsenal will be FA Cup champions as well. So that
hopefully we'll.
nice.
Yeah, I won't be here though. I've got a week off next week.
Oh, have you? Oh, yes, of course you have. So just me and Ian next week then.
Yeah. So I'll come back, and so it's not worth tuning in for the next week or so. It's not half as entertaining. So I'll probably see everyone will probably tune back in a week after.
Lovely. Have a great trip then, mate, and we'll catch you all.
Cheers.
Bye bye.